Yeah.
Thank you, Mr.
Naongea Kiswahili wote kidogo.
Just to start, will you give us a background of how?
That jersey is for Simba or?
No, it's yeah, I'm waiting for mine. You guys still didn't send me mine. I'm still waiting. I think when you finish here, you give me mine.
Will come to local football with European jerseys.
Yeah, because they don't want to give us. Just the background of how this all came together, how you got involved in this the cup, just to kick us off.
Yeah, so my name is Hersi. I'm the president of Young Africans. I'm very happy today to be here in South Africa, agreeing on participating to this historical new tournament called Toyota Cup. And we're going to play Kaizer Chiefs on 28th of July in Bloemfontein. This came forward after we had a good start last year when we invited Kaizer Chiefs to come to Tanzania and play Young Africans in a week of Mwananchi. So there's a tournament in Tanzania called Wiki ya Mwananchi that is hosted by Yanga, and that tournament is like a kickoff of the season, and we normally do the whole week of activations, including the introduction of the kit for that specific season, doing a lot of CSR with the branches across the country, and also play a friendly game with an international club by also introducing the new players of the specific season. So last year we hosted Kaizer Chiefs, and from there we took them to Zanzibar, where they had a time to see the beauty of the island, and also met the president of Zanzibar. So this time around, 3 months ago, they showed interest of inviting young Africans to come to South Africa and be part of the Toyota Cup, and we said why not? And today we're here as part of the agreement and kickoff of the Toyota Cup against Kaizer Chiefs.
President, do you maybe when you also wear your other hat, do you see this as also as an opportunity of we need to see more high-profile, international, friendly matches, especially pre-season friendly matches? Because if Europe plays against the other, they take themselves somewhere in Asia. We need to see more Yanga, Al Ahly, Sundowns, Simba, TP Mazembe, more of this, especially during the pre-season.
Yeah, it's very important. For us, under ACA, one of our roles is to make sure that these clubs in Africa come together in terms of all aspects: football reasons, marketing reasons, relationship, tourism, and all this stuff. So it's very important to have these kind of games that creates good relationship. I know you can be a very good witness of some of the hostile environment that African teams are facing one another when they're playing intercontinental games. And sometimes you go to a country where everything is like you're in a war. You don't have a proper reception from the airport. You don't have a proper reception from the travelers, the type of bus they give you. Sometimes maneuvering from the airport to the hotel, they take you the longest route, and it's something which is not fair. We have to fight during 90 minutes, in the time of football. But outside football, we should be one. So these kind of games and relationship that we're creating will create a very close and tight relationship that can also give you a chance to host in a good way, to host your opponents in a good way, to understand one another. Sometimes if you don't have a proper platform of these leaders of the clubs to meet and have a voice, the operators can do anything they want in exchange to a win that they're looking for. So I think under ACA, our role is to bring back this team together, create relationships, and on top of that, allow these clubs to benefit from one another. So I'm looking forward to seeing these other clubs playing one another. And you don't have to wait into this strong competition like Confederation Cup or Champions League or AFL for you guys to play. You can have a friendly game within the continent and play a very nice football with no pressure. And that will also cement the relationship.
President, there's a dynamic as part of the match where you come up against your former coach. Nasruddin Nabi. Just your thoughts on that. You know all about him. He has a rich history at your club. Now you'll be facing him in his second new club after leaving you guys.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. I mean, very fortunate that it's not a competitive game as maybe we play Champions League or Cup Confederation, but it's gonna be an exciting moment for some of the players who were under him. We still have players who were signed under his management as well. They will be so happy to meet him as a coach in person. Personally, I brought the coach to Tanzania. I'll be more than happy to meet him. Yeah. And we take this opportunity to wish him all the best. I mean, it's going to be tough for him here in South Africa. There's a lot of demands for Kaizer Chief fans. They want to see their team, come back stronger. And for him, I'm sure he can do this. And we wish him all the best.
President, what is it that you saw in him that you brought him to Yanga? And what is it that you think South Africans can expect when he comes and sort of takes over the state responsibility?
Yeah, so we picked him when he was a coach at El Merreikh. He didn't stay longer in Merreikh, and then he came to Tanzania. We brought him to Tanzania. We gave him a much more support as a coach from the management, from the club level. We gave him much more support for him to do his work. And I'm sure that if he can get, and he did well, so I'm sure if he can get maximum support here as well, and things works better, he can do wonders here. And so for me, he's a coach that can also give you results on the pitch, and a good coach as well in terms of making plans for the game. So technically he's good, but he needs a lot of support as well for him to do well.
And if I remember well, President, around that time, he came at a time when Yanga had just been missing to win the league title. And I think he went on to have 2 successful good seasons. He went winning league titles as well, and also losing in the final in the CAF Confed. And part of this support you're talking about was you signed top players for him. Especially also even from DRC and also from rival clubs, but there was top talent, including the Aziz Ki that you brought.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly what I was mentioning, is the support. Support has to come, and it's very important for him to get that support for him to do his best. Yes, we signed very good players at that time, and he managed to win everything in the country during his time. Unfortunately, when he went to Rabat, maybe he missed the cup and the league. But he's a good coach, which needs to be supported as well for him to do his work here. So I take this opportunity to wish him all the best, but also the Kaizer Chiefs and the management fans to give him support for him.
Chairman, also you mentioned about top players. One of the top players is Aziz Ki. And there have been reports linking him to some any official contact with anyone or any talks?
Unfortunately, yes, there's a number of interest, but unfortunately the player was finishing his contract with Yanga. So he signed for 2 years and he didn't extend it during that 2 years period. So nothing comes to the club straight in terms of offers, because they know exactly he's finishing his contract. So the communication goes straight to him. So, but the rumors are saying there's a lot of clubs that are showing interest. And we are also, as in Africans, will do everything necessary to make him stay. So this is the situation. So nothing comes to the club straight, because the player was his contract was coming to an end.
So have you extended the contract now, or are you still talking to them?
Not yet. We are finalizing.
Yeah, President, one of the biggest issues last season here at home, and I think it became a general problem, was the issue of the AFL, and also in terms of because PSL, I think the next few days or few weeks will be releasing the fixtures, and by the time the fixtures are released, it was not accommodative of the AFL, because there's a lot of uncertainty. What is the latest now? Because the last time we spoke to you about it, there was a talk of increasing the club's for next season. But we don't hear much about what is going to happen, and we fear that we could be back at square one where maybe national leagues will have a problem with accommodating it because there's not enough information that is coming out.
As far as I know, nothing came out in terms of whether we'll have AFL next season or we won't, and how many clubs are going to participate in AFL. Remember last year there were only 8 clubs in the continent, but there was a rumor that they will bring it to 24. It's not a confirmed information. But on top of that, are we going to have Champions League? On top of that, are we going to have CAF Confederation? So if we do have, then it's going to be 3 tournaments in one season. Are those tournaments accommodated in the respective, the country fixtures? So these are all question marks. Me and you are sitting in a position of not saying that we have much information related to these tournaments. And as far as I know, there is going to be an inter-club meeting in CAF tomorrow in Cairo that will also sort out most of the information. Definitely we'll have more of the information after that meeting. So let's sit back and understand, get all the information from CAF that I'm sure they will be out whether tomorrow or the day after tomorrow.
Okay.
Thank you, President. Sunday.